The alien empires laughed at humanity, calling them primitive, simple terraformers armed with basic tools and relentless ambition. Yet in a single cycle, humans transformed barren worlds into thriving civilizations, proving that ingenuity, grit, and unwavering determination could defy every expectation. When humans rebuild, no obstacle is too great, no terrain too harsh, and no doubter can survive the results. The planet Grathus had long been considered uninhabitable by the surrounding empires. Its surface was a jagged expanse of rock and toxic mists, storms tearing across craggy plains, rivers of molten metal carving through the ground. Alien scientists had surveyed it for centuries and declared it useless, a waste world. Only one group saw potential: humanity. A fleet of human terraformers descended through the thick clouds, ships sleek, engines humming steadily despite the planet's violent atmosphere. Captain Alara Dane stood on the bridge of the flagship New Dawn, observing the planet below. Her long dark hair caught the artificial light of the bridge, and her eyes traced the swirling storms with a mixture of focus and quiet determination. Behind her, engineers, scientists, and technicians moved with the calm precision of decades spent transforming impossible worlds into habitable environments. "They'll call us primitive," Alara said softly, more to herself than anyone else. "And they'll be proven wrong." The human fleet deployed modular terraforming units across the surface, floating reactors, atmospheric processors, and energy collectors. Each unit was small, almost unassuming, yet collectively they were capable of reshaping entire ecosystems. Alien observers, hovering nearby and monitoring drones, gasped at the efficiency. The humans moved like a single organism, every action deliberate, every calculation precise. On the surface, human crews emerged in reinforced exosuits, coordinating drone swarms that planted fast-growing algae, seed pods, and microorganisms engineered to cleanse the toxic air. Rivers were redirected, molten flows cooled and stabilized, and pockets of fertile soil emerged where none had existed. Each crew member worked tirelessly, yet their movements were fluid, confident, almost graceful in their efficiency. The alien delegates, watching from observation platforms, whispered among themselves. How do they accomplish this so quickly? Their technology is rudimentary. Their methods simple. One alien scientist, high-ranking and skeptical, finally spoke aloud. They claim to be primitive, but these results are unprecedented. Meanwhile, Alara walked among her engineers, long hair trailing lightly behind her. "Check the atmospheric stabilizers near Quadrant 7, she instructed calmly. "If we maintain optimal heat distribution, the northern plains will be habitable within one cycle." Her voice carried authority without volume, and each instruction was executed instantly, every technician understanding the implications without need for repetition. By the second day, human ingenuity became unmistakable. Storms that had once threatened to annihilate the surface now dissipated under controlled weather modification grids. Rivers flowed steadily, no longer molten but clear, supporting the first signs of life seeded by human drones. Alien observers could hardly believe their eyes. Systems they had thought primitive or inefficient were reshaping a world at a speed no galactic authority had ever imagined. "Look at Quadrant 12, said one alien delegate. "Vegetation thriving already?" Alara smiled faintly. "Humans don't wait for time to catch up. We accelerate it. We don't just adapt to worlds, we improve them." By the third day, a small city began to rise. Structures of lightweight alloys and advanced composites were assembled by automated construction drones, guided by human engineers coordinating each piece with fluid precision. The city's design integrated seamlessly with the newly stabilized environment. Wind channels harnessed to power turbines, water channels flowing through filtration nodes, and energy grids linking every module. Alien visitors descended cautiously to the surface, expecting to witness chaos or failure. Instead, they found a bustling human crew, terraformers moving calmly among advanced construction units, directing drones, and monitoring atmospheric levels. The air, once toxic, was breathable. The ground, once molten and jagged, now supported life. And above it all, humans moved like a perfectly synchronized organism, each individual knowing their role in the broader plan. This is impossible," muttered the alien scientist. "Even with centuries of preparation, we could not have achieved this." Alara approached, her presence calm and commanding. "We're not constrained by centuries of bureaucracy or fear of failure. We see a challenge and we act. That is the difference between being advanced on paper and being capable in reality." By the fourth day, the city was habitable. Crops were planted, energy grids stabilized, and shelters stood ready for incoming settlers. Small artificial lakes reflected the newly cleared skies, and the air was rich with oxygen, clean and crisp. Humans had not just survived, they had thrived, and they had transformed the world in record time. Alien delegates, now walking among the human crews, were in awe. They had expected primitive methods to yield primitive results. Instead, they found life where death had dominated, order where chaos had reigned, and humans who had moved mountains without raising a voice, without panicking, without error. By the 5th day, the first settlers arrived, guided safely by human drones and infrastructure. Children laughed as they ran along new pathways, unaware of the storm that had raged here just days before. Farmers began planting crops, utilizing nutrient-rich soil prepared by human biodrones. And humans continued to work, not for accolades or recognition, but to ensure every corner of the planet was ready for life to flourish. The Alien Council convened once more, acknowledging the results. These so-called primitive humans, one elder said, voice tinged with disbelief, have rebuilt a planet in a matter of cycles. They possess patience, skill, and vision far beyond our expectations. They are exceptional. Ilara's response was simple. We don't need to be exceptional on paper. We just need to act where others doubt. That is humanity. By the 7th day, Grathis had been transformed. Where molten rivers had once dominated, flowing crystal streams now ran. Where toxic clouds had loomed, clear skies reflected twin suns. The city, small but efficient, thrived amid newly stabilized plains, forests, and lakes. The humans had created not just habitable conditions, but a world ready for growth, culture, and civilization. Observers from across the galaxy sent transmissions, their tones shifting from condescension to admiration. How do they do it? One asked. Their technology is basic compared to ours. Their fleets are small. Yet they've achieved what centuries of planning failed to accomplish. Ilara gazed down at the human crews, the bustling city, and the thriving ecosystem. Simple, she said quietly. We do what others won't. We act where others hesitate. We see possibility where others see failure. And we do it together. By nightfall, the lights of the city twinkled like stars on the planet's surface, reflecting in the newly stabilized lakes and crystal-clear rivers. Human engineers and terraformers worked alongside alien observers, guiding them, teaching them, demonstrating that ingenuity, courage, and relentless action could transform worlds in ways others could not imagine. When the aliens left, they carried with them a profound respect for humans. No empire had ever dared to doubt them again. Humanity's reputation as primitive had been shattered, replaced with awe. The planet of Grathis, once a wasteland, now stood as a testament to human perseverance, intelligence, and boundless potential. Ilara Dane looked at the horizon, long hair catching the light of the rising twin suns. They called us primitive, she whispered. But the galaxy will remember what we do when we act. Not tomorrow. Not next cycle. Now. Humans had arrived with nothing but determination and vision. They had rebuilt a nation overnight. And the galaxy had watched, awed, as the supposedly primitive terraformers demonstrated that humanity's greatest strength was its ability to turn impossibility into reality, no matter the odds, no matter the critics, and no matter the doubts.